Hello and welcome to the channel. In this episode of Guitar Stories, I'm going to feature one of my guitars that gets an awful lot of use, and it's this one. This is a Fender Paisley Telecaster, which is based on the 1968 issue that Fender made in a limited number, and they gave one to James Burton, who was Elvis's guitarist from '69 to '77, and he featured on all the live performances with a pink Paisley Telecaster. Back in 2014, I was taken on as guitarist for an Elvis theatre show, One Night of Elvis, and it was a perfect excuse for me to buy another guitar. Not that I need much of an excuse, but I just thought it was appropriate to have a guitar that at least looked the same as James Burton's guitar. Now, to get hold of a 1968 pink Paisley Fender Telecaster, at the time they were being listed second-hand, obviously, for '68, were around $10,000 or something like that. I would take my job very seriously, but that's a bit of a stretch. So I started looking around for something more in my price range, and I knew that they'd reissued the pink Paisley Telecaster in Japan under the Fender umbrella. Fender make some of their guitars in Japan, and this was one of them, and they did this in the '80s. So I started looking around on various sites, and eBay came up trumps with this one. And here's a Fender Telecaster based on the '68 model, and it had the right paint job. It filled the bill, really, for a fraction of the price. I think I paid £800 for it. So it was made by Fender Japan, and I went and had a look, and yeah, it was great. I used it on a couple of shows. I didn't really like the neck on it. On the '68 model, it's quite the neck has got quite a small radius, so the fingerboard is quite curved, and it has very low, small frets, which I found it hard to play. Also, the electrics were adequate, but the guitar, I felt the guitar could have sounded a lot better, having played Telecasters for quite a bit. It didn't really come up to scratch sound wise. It was adequate, but anyway, it was worth persevering with. So I ordered a neck from the States. This is a Fender licensed neck. I think it was either Mighty Mite or Warmoth, I can't remember, but it's definitely a Fender licensed neck, and it's got medium jumbo frets in, like you'd find on a Gibson. So I had it fretted with medium jumbos, which is far more of a modern thing, and I just find it a lot easier to play. Then I put in some Seymour Duncan Alnico Pro 2 pickups, which made a massive difference to the sound. It sounded a lot richer, had a lot more guts to it, just a much nicer overall sound. I did have a vintage bridge originally with the bent steel saddles, but it and it was the ashtray type, but the lip that comes up on the ashtray type bridge here, it really sort of is uncomfortable for my palm. So I got rid of that, and I put on a Goto 6 saddle bridge. Originally this had the 3 saddle traditional Telecaster bridge, but the intonation was not not very good. It was a job to get it intonated perfectly. Then I put in some CTS pots, and I put in a new switch. What else have I done? Shallow strap locks and a master switch jack, which is a much better quality than the original item. And then after I'd been playing it for some time, I then decided to upgrade the tuners to Fender lock-in tuners. Now the tuning on this guitar is very stable. String changes are very, very quick because of the lock-in tuners. I think this is if you're going to modify a guitar in any way, the single biggest improvement you could make is lock-in tuners, in my opinion. I had a cheap decal put on it, and it's all kind of wasn't put on very well, to be honest. So I'll probably get that redone. But yeah, so it started life as a as Japanese Fender 68 reissue, and it's now become something quite different. So the only original part of the guitar is the body, and let's face it, that's the most important bit as far as the audience is concerned, because if there's any die-hard Elvis fans out there, then they know that when they see this guitar, it's the correct look. But if James Burton picked this guitar up, he would probably find it very alien, because it's made to fit me. It's a bit pointless having exactly the same guitar as James Burton. Would be asking our singer, who's a top Elvis impersonator, tribute artist. It would be like asking him to wear the same suit, same size suit and the same size shoes as Elvis did. Elvis is quite a bit taller, or he was quite a bit taller than the guy that I work for. So yeah, you've got to, you know, there's tributes and tributes. You can replicate the equipment so far, but at some point you've got to make it so that you can you can operate it within your own abilities. And as the guitar was, I found it very difficult to play. But now this is one of my most used guitars, mainly because the bulk of my work is playing with the show. You can see that the fretboard has started to get quite a bit of wear on it. I did have a bit of an accident. I came off the stage one night at the Robin 2, and there's like a metal handrail as you come off to go off the side of the stage to go backstage, and I took a chunk out of it here, which upset me quite a bit actually, because the body is in really good nick. But you can still see it. But I actually got my luthier friend Richard to glue the paint chip back on and try and blend it in. I'm not normally so precious about guitars. I think a few knocks and scuffs here tell a story, and some people actually pay a lot of money to deliberately have their guitars bashed up so they look like they've been road worn and grizzled and got a bit of street cred. But this particular guitar, I kind of like the fact that it's in pretty good condition. You know, the body at least is, from the early 80s, so it's done really well. But yeah, so that's my pink Paisley Telecaster. Quite a few people over the years have asked me about it, and obviously they've asked for first refusal should I ever get rid of it. But as long as I'm doing, playing for the king, this guitar is going nowhere. Okay, so there you go, my pink Paisley Telecaster. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, I have a few guitars in my collection, and I will be reviewing all of them one by one. So stay tuned, like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back again soon with another guitar story. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.